Saint Germain. Yesterday somebody asked me what's my thoughts on is the world flat or round? And without trying to go over somebody's head, because I know that a lot of things are kind of orchestrated in our way we think, the way we're taught, the curriculum, the general education. And for years, initially it was taught that it was flat, and then later on, at some point, the globe was being taught. And of course, with all the research and everything, I'm aware of the talk of the ice walls and everything. I'm aware that there's really been no returns to the moon and things like that. And I've been seeing for the last few years, it's really been failures or propaganda about people going to space. Is there a space? So here's my answer finally. I believe that it's perception that really makes the difference, because out of all the things that I've researched, and I've studied a lot of things, I've never seen anything really exist or coexist on a globe structure. Yet I've always learned about planets and things like that. I see that the moon is round physically, or I just see one half of it because nobody ever sees the other half of it. So the way I can answer that is I dig deep, way back to the Hindu Vedas. And what they taught was something that resonated with me, because I believe that because the fish doesn't need instructions to swim, I had to search within, because I know knowledge is pre-coded. So this is what my download told me. My download told me that there are worlds within worlds, within worlds, within worlds, macrocosms, microcosms. Meaning that there's a whole world on my flesh as we speak. In that aquarium that I'm looking at over there, there's an entire world inside that water, even though I'm just looking at an aquarium. So from that perception, they're in their own world. When I'm looking at the grass out here, I know that there's worlds within worlds just in that grass that I may cut every week. So there's layers, there's dimensions and everything. So I can't answer, is it round? Because everything is multidimensional. At what point is the world round? From a perception, maybe if one travels high enough, they'll see it in their perception as round. And then there's another that'll see the perception of it in flight. So therefore, why don't I go with what the Hindus, the ancient Vedas said? They said that there was worlds within worlds within worlds. And that makes sense to me. Because here, from this third dimensional aspect, I'm looking up, and I don't see anything round. So I have to go by what somebody else is telling me when they're telling me that it's round. I don't believe it's flat because we have oceans. Oceans that go so deep to where the highest mountain in the world can fit in that ocean. So we live in dimensions. I believe that the world is neither flat or round, because we're in dimensions. We live in layers. There's a world right now coexisting parallel with us. That's the world of the unseen, fourth dimensional world. And there's operations and things that take place. In the ancient scriptures, it says that the spirits are the jinn. They have counsel, they have court, they have lives, they have family. And they exist in this same world that we live in, but they're unseen. So that's my answer, is the flat or is it round? We live within worlds within worlds. It's not either one, it's dimensions. And in this world of dimensions, there exists multidimensional entities that live outside of our third dimensional perception. And that's nothing that's a conspiracy. That's been proven. That's understood. Everything exists, but everything isn't seen. And the things that we may cannot see, other things can see, and vice versa. So, we're in a world of harmony to where in nature everything coexists because it understands the laws of nature. So therefore, everything has a relationship. You see what I'm saying? The sun and the moon have a relationship. They know how to work with our program. So therefore, the deeper I go down the rabbit hole, it may be at a point to where it's holographic, and that's definitely perception. But it all falls down to dimensions. So, in my opinion, Saint Germain, I believe that everything is dimensional. It's either flat or global. This is Ancient Nine Mystery School, and that's my take on is the earth